quarterbacks and wide receivers necessarily. And when you're thinking about the Dallas Cowboys, you have to think about Emmitt Smith. Here's the guy that only carried the ball 13 times last week, 2 in the first half. Jimmy Johnson says we have to get the ball to him 20 to 25 times as a runner tonight. The Cardinals are going to do the exact same thing with their runner, Johnny Johnson. They want him pounding the line of scrimmage and, again, win with defense, win with field position.
Seeming mismatch at quarterback. Troy Aikman, the #1 draft choice, the millionaire-type player. But he's 1-2, and Tom Tupa, the backup quarterback, backup punter, is 2-1.
Well, you know, there's no doubt when you think about Troy Aikman that he has all the ability to be a great player. He's got the arm, he's tough, he's mentally tough, and all those things. But they do have some question marks on this Dallas offense. Offensive line gave up 11 sacks or helped give up 11 sacks last week. They don't really have a real consistent deep threat. But one thing he does have is the best pass-catching tight end in the league in Jay Novacek. Now, Tom Tupa, who will start for the Cardinals at quarterback, remember, he is a backup quarterback. Tim Rosenbaugh, who was a starting quarterback, injured this summer, is out the entire season. And Joe Bugle said about Tom Tupa, we don't want him being the soloist. He is just kind of the band director. We don't want him to have to win the game.
Two pretty good defenses, huh?
Yeah, Dallas has some deficiencies rushing the passer. They need to find a cure for that. But for the Phoenix Cardinals, they have done a sensational job on defense. Statistically, you look at them, not big in some of the rankings, the pass defense, the rushing defense, but the key one, takeover ratio, turnover ratio, they rank first, +9 on the year. If they're going to win tonight, it's going to be their defense causing 3 or 4 turnovers.
Jimmy Johnson, the Dallas coach, looks on. His team will kick off here. And Joe Bugle's Cardinals will do the receiving. Anthony Edwards will be one of those back deep. The weather could be a factor here tonight. It's a scorcher, 95 degrees. As usually is the case, clear skies here. John Jackson and Anthony Edwards are the deep men as Ken Willis gets ready to kick it off, and we sincerely hope that you'll enjoy another night of football on TNT. We'll be in Minnesota next week where Denver plays. But first, we've got this one. Anthony Edwards has just joined the Cardinals, and he's one of the deep men. Here we go. Brings it out and gets across the 20 to the 21-yard line before he's knocked out. Vince Albritton was there to make the stop, and the Cardinals and Tom Tupa will go to work. He's a 4-year man out of Ohio State.
And Tupa said this first series is the most important one for this team. It will set the tone for the rest of the game. This is what Tupa told us yesterday.
Don't forget, 95 degrees at game time. Most of the field, however, is bathed in shadow, and all of it will be by the time the first quarter comes to a close. Here come the Cardinals with Ricky Prohl wide to the left. And Ernie Jones in the slot to that side. Johnny Johnson is the lone setback. Now he goes in motion. Tupa will put it up on first down. He rolls. The screen pass is complete. That's Tim Jordan, the H-back, and he gets up close to a first down to the 30-yard line. Vincent Smith, the linebacker, on the stop, and a good start for the Cardinals.
You know, it's a beautifully designed play as Tupa kind of rolled to his left, brought all the action with him. Tim Jordan, known, as you said, more as an H-back, a guy that's going to move and block and set things up, not nearly as much as a receiver. So a wonderful opening drive. You have a quarterback that's nervous in situations like that, an easy completion, and you end up at second and short.
Johnny Johnson, again, the lone setback. Second down, a yard to go. First down for Johnson. He gets to the 33. Jack Del Rio, the middle linebacker, made the stop. But a first down for Phoenix.
And what a wonderful block that time by Tim Jordan. The first down, he catches the screen pass. The second down, on the little H-back motion, he sets the trap, and Johnny Johnson runs right behind him for the first down.
They mark it at the 34-yard line. Ernie Jones wide right, Prohl to the left. Still the lone setback. He's out of San Jose State in his second year. The H-back, Jordan is in motion. Johnson gets the call and gets some yardage. 41-yard line, a pickup of 8. James Washington. time he gets perhaps a yard, no more than that, and a good step. Ken Norton was in on the play, one of the linebackers for the Cowboys.
Some changes in the defensive line for Dave Wannstedt's defense. Jimmy Jones will get the start at right tackle in place of Danny Noonan. Jack Del Rio, the middle linebacker, said yesterday, this is my kind of game. I should have a lot of tackles against this Cardinal offense. Isaac Holt has been burned the last 3 weeks. Larry Brown gets his first start, 12th round draft pick out of TCU.
Randall Hill checks into the game, a third wide receiver. He splits wide right. It's 3rd and 3 for Phoenix. The pitch play. Touchdown and much, much more. Johnson out of bounds inside the 40 at the 39-yard line. Larry Brown ran him out, but a big play for Phoenix. Louis Sharp threw a big block to spring him for 20 yards.
Yeah, you're right, Skip. Louis Sharp is right here, but watch the 2 wide receivers as everybody comes in down inside and they pitch the ball outside. The 2 wide receivers, the tight end, Louis Sharp comes around, Joe Wolf. There's 3 or 4 guys, big bodies, leading the way for Johnny Johnson. Remember the Redskin game. The Redskins got to the outside of Dallas defense, and thus far, that's what the Cardinals have done.
First down from the 39-yard line. Ernie Jones wide right. Ricky Prohl to the left. Jordan goes in motion. He's the H-back. Johnson again. Not much this time. He bulls his way down close to the 36. Tony Tolbert made the stop. Ken Norton assisted on the play. Tolbert, a defensive end out of Texas, El Paso.
Well, Johnny Johnson fits this offense perfectly for the Phoenix Cardinals. One of those guys that gets stronger as the game goes on, and I think he's a very deceiving player because of his height. He's 6'3", and you know, in the NFL you see so many short, quick little backs, you deceive. You don't realize how fast that he is, and you take a lot of bad angles on him.
Second down, 7 yards to go for Phoenix. They've driven to the Dallas 36. Jordan again in motion. Again, the give is to Johnson. Again, they try to go outside, but not this time. Brown was in on the stop, but the first man there was Jack Del Rio, the middle linebacker, to trip him up.
Yeah, Jack Del Rio read that play beautifully. He is number 55. Jack Del Rio playing middle linebacker for the Cowboys. See his eyes. He's reading the play. Sees the guard pull. Has just enough speed to get one arm out there to trip him before he gets some help from Larry Brown. But Jack Del Rio was saying yesterday, hey, I am so glad I play in the NFC East because I've got to make a lot of plays from tackle to tackle. And he did it right there.
John Jackson checks into the game and splits wide left. Terrence Flagler is the running back. He's a pretty good pass receiver. Third down, 8 yards to go. Flags fly. Play on the house, perhaps, for Tupa. He throws, intercepted, but watch the penalty. Isaac Holt has the interception.
Yeah, Jimmy Jones was offside. Good cadence by Tom Tupa. Jimmy Johnson felt he wasn't in the neutral zone, talking about Jimmy Jones, number 97.
Dick Hantak is our referee. We'll listen in. Jimmy pleads his case with the line judge, but
offside. Defense, number 75. 5-yard penalty. Repeat the down. Third down.
So that's a big play, isn't it? It makes it 3rd and 3.
Yeah, they call it here, but I think it's right there. It's on Jimmy Jones, number 97. They called it on Casillas, but clearly it was Jimmy Jones. But
3rd and 3 from the 32. John Jackson wide to the left. Prohl goes in motion. Tupa to throw. Tupa overthrows Prohl in the flat. Isaac Holt was there defensively. And the Cardinals now will send Greg Davis, the former Atlanta Falcon, out to try a field goal. It will be from 49 yards.
Well, Joe Bugle was saying that he has such confidence in his kicker, Greg Davis, that once they cross the 50-yard line, his play selection changes. With the way his defense has played thus far this year, creating turnovers, what he doesn't want to do is get in a situation where he turns the ball over himself when he gets across the 40-yard line. He thinks this kicker can put him in from a long way out.
Connie Kwai will hold it. Will snap it. Tim Jordan will hold it, and Greg Davis will try to kick it. He's got it up. Is it long enough? No. Wide to the right. So Phoenix drives down the field but fails to score. Now the Cowboys will have the ball when we come to the football for the first time. Those are the temperatures the first 3 weeks. If there had been football here, there was not NFL football. It's 95 today, not a whole lot better.
Yeah, that's the reason they don't have football here the first few weeks, but it's also the reason I think Joe Bugle is excited about this start. They are going to always play on the road early in the year because it's so hot here in September. But he knows if he can get off to a good start like he did this year at 2-1, when it comes down to the last few weeks of the year, he's going to have a lot of home games. He said yesterday, hey, I am absolutely delighted to be 2-1 at this point.
When the Cardinals had the ball, they went 47 yards in 9 plays, took 5:22 off the clock, but got nothing out of it. Alexander Wright is wide to the right. Michael Irvin to the left. Emmitt Smith picks his way to the 37-yard line. Freddie Joe Nunn, an outstanding linebacker on the stop.
Well, you're going to see a lot of Emmitt Smith tonight, both as a rusher and as a pass receiver. Tied for the NFC lead as a receiver, and they want to run him 25 times tonight. Offensive line, they got credit for the 11 sacks last week, quite honestly. All of them were not their fault. 6 coverage sacks, quite honestly. But watch the tight end, Jay Novacek. He might catch 10, 12, 15 passes tonight against this zone defense.
Second down, 5 yards to go. Daryl Johnston goes in motion. Pitch play. Emmitt Smith, not much. He gets to the 40-yard line. Jim Waller out of UCLA made the stop, the nose tackle.
This is where the Cardinal team has really improved in the defensive side of the football. Jim Waller, who just made the play there. Big guys in Faulkner and Patterson, over 300 pounds. Strength here in the linebackers. Outside linebacker Ken Harvey doesn't get enough recognition. Freddie Joe Nunn, very good at causing fumbles. The rookie, Aeneas Williams, 2 interceptions in his first 2 games as a pro.
Tim McDonald, a dandy strong safety. Third down, possession play. It's 3rd and 2. Michael Irvin in motion. He's broken it. He can go all the way. Can they catch him? No. 60-yard touchdown burst for Emmitt Smith. And the Cardinals are stunned early. A lot of Dallas fans here. Listen.
Block skip by the center, number 53, Mark Stepnoski. Right there in the middle of the screen. He just knocks Waller out of the way, and there's just a huge hole for Emmitt Smith. Now, it's funny, Troy Aikman was saying yesterday, the one thing I didn't know about Emmitt Smith was what kind of speed he had. He had the reputation not necessarily being fast, but this year, 75 yards against the Redskins and 60 yards tonight.
Ken Willis nails the extra point. And the Cowboys, in 3 plays, get on the board. A 60-yard touchdown dash by Emmitt Smith. 7-0 Dallas. We'll be back to the Valley of the...
Put the Cowboys up on top, 7-0. Remember in the Redskin game when he went 75 yards and then got sick. He had taken a drink before the game for dehydration, and he didn't handle it particularly well and wasn't much of a factor, quite honestly, after that long run. He said, I will never drink that stuff again.
I say that virtually every evening. John Jackson, Anthony Edwards, and the deep man Ken Willis will kick it off. A high kick, not too deep. From the 3-yard line, it's John Jackson. If he can get outside, but he cannot, and he's knocked down by Daryl Johnston at just beyond the 20-yard line.
Hey, Skip, we talked about the center, Mark Stepnoski. We also talked about this being an offensive and a defensive lineman. Watch these guys, the center and the left guard and the left tackle of the Cowboys. I mean, you talk about NFC East football, this is what you're looking for, holes like this. And then you can't arm tackle Emmitt Smith, or he's going to run through you like that, and then he's going to outrun some people as well.
It was Zordich and McDonald, the 2 safeties, that had a shot at him, but they missed, and he was off to the races.
Well, this is just what Tom Tupa, who's a quarterback, as we said, is not a kind of guy that can bring a team from behind or win games by himself. He has to keep this game close if the Cardinals are going to have a chance.
Johnny Johnson is the lone setback. From the 23, Johnson loses 3. Tony Casillas wrapped him up back at the 20-yard line.
Well, you know, the strength of this Cowboy defense is right at the defensive tackle position. Tony Casillas, whom they get in a trade from the Atlanta Falcons. Jimmy Jones. Behind those guys, you'll see Russell Maryland, the #1 draft pick in the entire draft last year. You'll see Danny Newman. Right down the heart of that defense. They're pretty good.
Randall Hill, the thrill, has checked into the game. A third wide receiver for the Cardinals. They don't like to be in this spot. 2nd and 12. The delay. Johnson gets a few, gets out across the 25 and to the 28-yard line. Jim Jeffcoat made the stop. And it'll be 3rd and about 5 for the Cardinals.
If you're a lineman, an offensive lineman on either one of these two teams, it's a great kind of game to get into rhythm. It's a great conference to play in. You get offensive linemen have to get into a rhythm of the game just as a quarterback does or a wide receiver does. And the way you do that is you come out and you pound the ball. You don't get impatient when you get stuffed a couple of times.
3rd down. They mark it at 4 yards to go. Terrence Flagler checks in at running back. John Johnson is an added wide receiver. Possession play. Jordan in motion. Tupa to throw. Tupa into the flat. Flagler had it right in his hands. Would have probably had a chance for the 1st down, but he simply dropped the ball.
Yeah, he would have had the 1st down. He had a receiver who would have turned out to be a blocker right in front of him. He's going to catch the ball in front of the marker on 3rd and 3, which ordinarily you want to run a route past the 1st down marker. But there was no doubt in my mind that with a blocker in front of him, he would have clearly picked up the 1st.
Rich Camarillo will kick it away. Derek Shepard is the deep man. Pretty good kick. Shepard backpedals and makes the play at the 22-yard line. He bobbles it, then recovers. Spins his way to the 30-yard line, and that's where the Cowboys will go to work. The stop was made by Connie Quay. It's 7-0. Dallas has the lead, and it's 95 degrees at game time, as we told you. But nonetheless, a fine crowd here in Phoenix, close to capacity.
Yeah, and Joe Bugle said, you know, they're really coming out to see us, and I want to play well for them. I don't want to stink up the joint. Well, they're down by 7 right now. Smith, the lone setback. Troy Aikman calls signals. 1st and 10 from the 30. He's going to throw. And he wants all of it. He's going long, and he overthrows his man. Michael Irvin, the intended receiver, and Aeneas Williams on the coverage. You know, it's interesting because Tim McDonald, the strong safety for the Cardinals, was saying about Aikman this week that he's got one of the great pump fakes in the National Football League. You know, he'll dink the ball to his tight end, he'll dink the ball to a halfback into Michael Irvin in the flat, and then he'll pump fake it and go up top on you. Well, in tonight's game, he starts going deep, and maybe he'll come back and dink a little bit now. 2nd and 10 is the situation. Alexander Wright is to the right. Daryl Johnston back in there in the I formation as the fullback. Irvin goes in motion, and it's Smith. Powers his way past the 35 to the 36-yard line. Eric Hill, an inside linebacker, made the stop short of the 1st down. But a good advance nonetheless to the 36-yard line. It will bring up a 3rd and about 4. A wonderful block on the left side by Alfredo Roberts, one of the tight ends for the Cowboys, that he just kind of buried his guy. The thing about Emmitt Smith is you don't have to block your guy very long for Emmitt Smith. That's what Mark Stepnoski, the center, was saying. There's the blocker of Roberts. But Stepnoski, the center, was saying, if you just block your guy just for a second, he'll find that hole and get there quickly. 3rd down and 4. Aikman calls signal. His team leads 7-0 early. He has time. He has a completion. He has a 1st down to the 42-yard line. Daryl Johnston, the fullback. David Braxton, a reserve linebacker out of Wake Forest, on the tackle, but not before. A 1st down for Dallas. Daryl Johnson could play a prominent role in tonight's game and for the Cowboys offense this season because he's a very good receiver. And if you're going to take Jay Novacek, the tight end, away, what does that do? It leaves your fullback wide open. And very rarely do you ever find a fullback that's covered. If they're patient enough to go to him, Daryl Johnson can catch a lot of balls. Alexander right to the left. Michael Irvin to the right. Novacek in motion. Emmitt Smith kicks it outside. Gets to the 45. Gets to the 46-yard line. Tim McDonald, the strong safety, applied the stop. Well, you know, McDonald, the all-pro strong safety, number 46 there for the Cardinals, was saying yesterday that our offense is not the type that's going to score a lot of points. If it's going to happen for us, it's going to happen on defense. And they've done that in their 2 wins this year, the +9 and the turnover ratio. You're going to see a lot of white jerseys around the ball, 4 or 5 guys around the ball carrier. And sooner or later, they feel they're going to come up with a play, a turnover.
Alexander Wright out of Auburn, splits right. Michael Irvin out of Miami, splits left. Aikman has pressure complete. Daryl Johnston again. He dives forward to about the 42, and then a flag is thrown as well. Hill made the stop, and the flag was right in his area. May have been a face mask. Let's see.
You know, Jimmy Johnson said last week our team offensively didn't adjust well against the Eagles. But tonight they are adjusting. They're taking away Novacek, so they're throwing the ball to the fullback.
Face mask against the defense. It'll be 5 yards.
A 5-yard face mask against Eric Hill. We'll see it again.
Oh, yeah. That's worth at least 5, I'd say. But again, it's the subtle things, the adjustments, I think, which in football games, which win games. Joe Gibbs has been doing it for years, the NFC East, one of the great adjustment coaches in the NFL. Tonight, the Cowboys are doing a wonderful job. They take away the tight end, throw the ball to the fullback.
First down from the 37. Daryl Johnston in motion. Emmitt Smith with the ball. He's to the 35 and no more than that. Tim McDonald there on the stop again. A short advance for the Dallas team, but they're marching close to field goal range as they reach the 35.
You know, McDonald said about Emmitt Smith a year ago when he was a rookie, he said, boy, he sure fooled me. He said, I'm a pretty good tackler, but you better bring an extra load when you're trying to tackle Emmitt Smith because you will just bounce off him. He said, last year I tried to wrap him up and he just slipped some tackles.
2nd and 8 is the situation. We have 3 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Aikman will put it up. A little dump pass over the middle. Johnston again. 20, 15, 13-yard line. Michael Zordich made the stop, but not till he reached the 13, and he's been the main man tonight, a 22-yard gain.
And give Norville Turner, the offensive coordinator, credit, because see number 84, the tight end, how he's getting mugged right there by number 46, Tim McDonald. So what do? You make the adjustment. You get rid of the ball to another receiver, and that's exactly what they've done 3 times to the fullback Daryl Johnson.
They've also taken this crowd, this big crowd, right out of the game in Phoenix.
Now, if the Cardinals are going to have a chance, I think, in tonight's ball game, they have to prevent the Cowboys from scoring a touchdown here. They have to force a field goal attempt.
Johnston in motion. Emmitt Smith hit at the line of scrimmage. Wriggles forward for perhaps a yard. Craig Patterson on the stop. He's the guy that got to him first and slowed him down. A 317-pounder out of BYU.
Yeah, Joe Bugle calls guys like Craig Patterson my ugly people. The guys the big 300-pound guys that don't tuck their shirt in and stop the run and kind of push people back so that Ken Harvey and Freddie Joe Nunn, the outside linebackers, can make the play. But he wants Patterson, Waller, Faulkner, his inside 3 to play ugly but stop the run.
Michael Irvin splits to the left. Alexander Wright to the right. Emmitt Smith, the lone setback. Novacek in motion. Aikman to throw. Pumps. Goes into the end zone. Has a man. Touch. No. He caught it out of bounds. It was Michael Irvin, but he caught it out of bounds.
This was a nice move by Michael Irvin because he faked the slant. The pump fake by Troy Aikman, and he was wide open. He had to adjust. He did a great job of adjusting on the ball. Just couldn't get the left foot in. But man, that was a tremendous move by Irvin, who really sold him on the left foot wasn't in. Really sold him on the slant move, but he was pretty open. He was wide open.
3rd and 8 from the 11-yard line. Now they're going to review that play.
That's not even close.
After further review, play stands as called. Incomplete pass. 3rd down.
Here's a situation on 3rd and 8 where the Cardinal defense will play a zone defense. And Jimmy Johnson said yesterday, hey, sometimes we're going to complete the ball at 5 or 6 yards. And we know they're not the first down marker, but our guys are going to have to find a way to get the extra 2 and 3 yards.
The play clock needs to be set at 17 seconds, please.
They want 1 more second to run off the clock here.
I feel much better.
Yeah,
I feel much better.
But they can't do it, so this whole game may be canceled. They can't make that go to 117. So we'll play on through it. 3rd and 8 from the 11-yard line. Emmitt Smith inside, a touchdown. Nice little trap play for 6 more.
Beautifully executed drive for the 2nd time for the Cowboys. Great play selection by Norval Turner and Jimmy Johnson. And the offensive line blocking has been absolutely superb. We said it's a night for linemen. Again, Stepnoski, number 53, does a terrific job of walling off Jim Waller. And there's just a gaping hole. That's too big a hole to have inside the 15-yard line. Emmitt Smith, 7 carries, 91 yards, 2 touchdowns, and we're still in the 1st quarter.
Snap, plays, kick. That is good. And it's 14-0, and this is just what Phoenix could not afford because they don't want to have to throw the football a whole lot. 14-0, a minute 14. By the deep man, Ken Willis will kick it away. It's 14-0, and the crowd is turning sullen here in the Valley of the Sun.
You know, the same kind of start the Cardinals had last week against the Redskins.
Let's go, man. Let's go, man.
Smith has 91 yards rushing already. We're still in the 1st quarter. High, long kick. John Jackson at the goal line. It is Anthony Edwards who brings it out across the 20 to about the 23-yard line, and that's where Phoenix will go to work down by 2 touchdowns.
Skip, I know you were wondering how Emmitt Smith got so wide open, and here's the answer. Tim McDonald was going on a blitz, and he's going to run right past him. And on the center, Stepnoski, the left guard, Gogan, trap block, and there's just a gaping hole, huge hole that can't happen. Here's another look at this offensive line. 2 series for this offensive line, and both times if you keep opening holes like this for Smith.
Cardinals go with 3 wide receivers. 1st down from the 23-yard line. Tupa to throw. Has a man complete and out of bounds. John Jackson. Or is it Ernie Jones? It was Jones, my mistake. Jones, the 5th, and makes the reception.
Well, you know, they had enough confidence in Ernie Jones to let Roy Green and J.T. Smith go, the 2 long-time receivers for the Cardinals. Roy Green actually caught 6 balls today. But watch the lick here that any quarterback's going to take. This time Casillas on Tupa. Remember, the Tupa is the backup quarterback. Tim Rosenball out for the year with a knee injury. And Tony Casillas, the best defensive lineman for the Cowboys.
Ernie Jones wide right. Randall Hill splits left. Slot to the right side. The give is to the running back Johnson. He gets to the 40, the 45, into midfield before he is knocked down by Ray Horton, and another 1st down for Phoenix. And brother, they needed that, a 13-yard gain.
We talked about Johnny Johnson being deceiving. I mean, he just doesn't look like he's running that fast, but you look up and all you see is the chain markers moving. And number 55, Jack Del Rio, said, boy, the way he runs, you take a lot of bad angles. He just does not look that fast on film. But when you get out there on a Saturday afternoon or a Sunday night, boy, all they're doing is looking at the back of his jersey.
The 1st quarter comes to a close. So far, it's all Dallas, but Phoenix is trying to mount a drive. Cardinals will go to work 1st and 10. 2 plays, 2 1st downs here since the 2nd Dallas touchdown. 14-0 is the score. Johnny Johnson still the running back. The H-back is Tim Jordan. 1st down for the Cardinals. Long count Tupa. He's going to put it up. He's got plenty of time. Now he throws. He has a man complete. Inside the 40 for a first down. Ernie Jones with the reception. Ken Norton, the linebacker, on the coverage, but they move the chains again, I think. Yes, they do.
A nice adjustment by Ernie Jones. You know, a lot of receivers have speed. A lot of guys can catch the ball when the ball is well thrown. But you see how he fakes inside a little bit, then he's going to come out and make a nice adjustment to a ball that's thrown a little bit low. And he worked back to the quarterback, kept his body in front of the defender.
Ricky Prohl hasn't caught a pass yet. He's an outstanding pass receiver for the Phoenix team. Johnny Johnson has a hole, has 5, has 7. Norton on the stop, but not before a good-sized pickup.
There was a huge collision in the backfield between Tim Jordan and I think it was Ken Norton. And Tim Jordan is not feeling particularly good about it. Ken Norton playing outside linebacker for these Cowboys, a guy who can run sideline to sideline. They're looking for a guy who, yeah, he's coming out. There was a huge collision right in the backfield.
Ron Wolfley comes in to replace him. They have gone with their H-back set throughout this game. They haven't gone to the 2 running backs, Johnson and Anthony Thompson. Ricky Prohl, slot left.
This is a very important drive for Tom Tupa. If they're going to have any chance, down by 14, they have to get something on the board because they're not a great catch-up team.
Johnson hit, breaks 1 tackle, gets close to the 30-yard line before he is covered. Ray Horton was in on the stop, and so was Tony Tolbert.
You know, I think that the judge, or how you judge a good running back, quite honestly, Skip, is how many yards you get when nothing's there. And Tony Tolbert stuffed that hole pretty good, yet Johnny Johnson still was able to pick up a couple yards out of it. You know, it's easy to run for 6 yards or 90 yards the way Emmitt Smith has tonight when you have gaping holes, but when they're not there, that's a true test, and Johnny Johnson's done a pretty good job of running hard tonight.
Third down, 2 yards to go. John Jackson checks in and splits wide right for the Cardinals. Johnson will run for it. They string him out, but he's got the first down. The net is run out of bounds by James Washington, but a first down for Phoenix.
Boy, that left side of that offensive line, Louise Sharp and Joe Wolf did a wonderful job. Weren't dominating blocks, quite honestly, Skip, but Louise just kind of screened. It was a basketball screen on his guy, and so did Joe Wolf, the left guard. They just kind of slowed down so the defenders had to run through them, and that allowed them to pick up the first. They can dominate you if they have to, but they can use a feel for the game sometimes as well.
The ball is marked at the 27-yard line. First down. 4 first downs in this drive. They had only 2 first downs prior to it. Tupa brings him out. Prohl in the slot right. Johnson inside the 25 to the 24-yard line, and then down he goes. Danny Noonan back in the game out of Nebraska and on the tackle for Dallas.
You know, every running back in the National Football League seems to have their own fingerprint, their own style. We've seen it of Emmitt Smith, the way he bounces off tacklers. Johnny Johnson is a long-legged kind of guy, a smooth, a glider. He has the capability of moving the pile, but then he can bounce it outside and outrun you as well.
68 yards as he comes out of the game. Anthony Thompson takes his place. And Thompson gets the carry and gets yardage inside the 20, down close to the 17-yard line. Tony Tolbert on the stop, and an impressive drive so far for the Phoenix team.
Yeah, Anthony Thompson, their top draft pick a year ago out of Indiana. He's a kind of a smoke the hole type of runner. He's not going to glide. He's not going to bounce. He's going to run it right where you call it. And if there's nobody there, he's going to run through you.
The officials call timeout here. Apparently they want to measure this.
Joe Bugle was saying about Tom Tupa, as we said at the top of the broadcast, we want him to be the band director, not a soloist, not a guy that has to win the football game. Well, this is just the kind of drive Bugle wanted for Tom Tupa. A drive where his offensive lineman, where he coached the Washington Redskins, the offensive lineman did a superb job where they won a couple of Super Bowls with him on the staff. The offensive linemen have really dominated this drive.
The big tight end, Walter Reeves, a 260-pounder out of Auburn, checks in on 3rd and inches.
There's a reasonably good chance that Anthony Thompson will get this ball.
That's why he's a Rhodes Scholar, folks. That's why he played in the NFL as a quarterback. quarterback sneak. Thompson, first down and more. 15-yard line. Vincent Smith in on the stop, so was Ray Horton, but the drive continued.
In 3rd and short, this is a pretty big hole for a 3rd and short. Ordinarily, you see a guy having to dive over the top, but Tim Jordan, number 85, the H-back, has done a pretty good job tonight of really coming down in motion and setting up some nice trap blocks, and he cleared out the way that time for Thompson to pick up the first.
Ernie Jones splits to the left side of the field. 9 plays, 62 yards on this drive so far for Phoenix. Tupa to throw. Overthrew his man. Intended for Ricky Prohl at the 9-yard line. Vincent Smith on the coverage. Nothing good happened there for the Phoenix team.
You know, Tom Tupa has kind of a funny throwing motion. He is 6'5". He's a tall guy, but he throws it sidearm. And they've tried to work on his delivery. At least last summer they tried to work on his delivery, but
he is sort of a sidearmer, isn't he?
Yeah, you know, even though he's in his 4th year in the National Football League, really has not played much. Did not play a down last year as Tim Rosenbaugh took every snap. At Ohio State, he didn't play to his senior year, so he's still very much going through the learning process, and it can be ugly, the learning process, for a quarterback in the NFL.
2nd down, 10 yards to go. Anthony Thompson, the lone running back. Tupa to throw, has plenty of time. Sidearms, one for the end zone. It is dropped. Ernie Jones had it right there, but couldn't hang on.
Yeah, I think Isaac Holt actually knocked it out of his hand, Skip. But Ernie Jones was open. The ball was underthrown, and that allowed Holt to knock it down. Now, Isaac Holt has been beaten the last 3 weeks for touchdowns, and he was beaten here. Watch, he's going to be stumbling. The ball's laid out there. If the ball's laid out in front of him, that's an easy 6 points.
But he had to wait for it, and that gave Holt a chance to do that. So it's 3rd and 10. Trips right. Prohl on the reverse. At the 15, they string him out, run him out of bounds, well short of the first down. Jim Jeffcoat stayed at home on that play and prevented Prohl from gaining much yardage at all.
Yeah, what a good play by Jim Jeffcoat, the defensive end, the right defensive end for Jimmy Johnson's team. There he is, number 77. I mean, this looks like when it first gets started, it's going to be a pretty good play because you have a nickel defense in. It's an unusual formation, and you got some running room and big bodies out in front of you. But Jim Jeffcoat stays right at home and puts the stop on him.
32-yard field goal try for Greg Davis. He missed from 49 earlier. Snaps it. Tim Jordan holds it. Greg Davis kicks it, and it is good. So the Cardinals are disappointed, but they do get on the board. They get a field goal, and it's 14-3. Dallas hasn't been stopped yet. We'll see what happens. And Derek Shepard, number 82, are the deep men for the Cowboys as Greg Davis gets ready to kick it off. 14-3 is our score. Dallas has the lead. The 2-yard line. He reaches the 20, breaks the tackle, and gets to the 23-yard line. Looked like once again David Braxton, the reserve linebacker, who made the stop. So Dallas will go to work. But first we'll break a 14-3 lead. Pat Hayden, Skip Carey with you from Phoenix. Emmitt Smith has been a big story in this game. So has the fullback, Daryl Johnston, who's caught 3 or 4 passes for a lot of yards. Smith, 7 rushes, 91 yards. It's a 13-yard average.
Oh, you're good at math.
Thanks. Alonzo Highsmith checks into the game to play fullback. Emmitt Smith gets the ball and gets the 26-yard line. Garth Jacks made the stop. He's a good linebacker.
Let's go back, Skip. Even though Phoenix got 3 points on the last drive, it was actually Ernie Jones. This ball should have been caught. Jones drops this ball. It wasn't knocked out by Holt. Now, Holt is a man who's been victimized 3 straight weeks for the Cowboys. He should have been for the 4th straight week. And Ernie Jones should have caught that for a touchdown. We would have had a 14-7 ball game.
Michael Irvin splits wide left for Dallas. Second down, 8 yards to go from the 26. Highsmith in motion. Aikman to throw for Emmitt Smith. He's got it at the 25. Cuts back across the 30 to the 31, shy of the first down. Robert Massey, the cornerback out of North Carolina Central, and Ken Harvey, the linebacker, on the stop.
See how many white jerseys were around Emmitt Smith that time. This is how Phoenix has caused as many turnovers as they have this year. They have caused 14 turnovers and recovered 12 of them because of gang tackling like that. 4, 5, 6 jerseys around the ball. They've caused 14. That's one thing, but they have so many guys around the ball, they're there to recover.
Possession play here, 3rd and 3 from the 31.
This is where they've always featured Novacek.
He's hit, he's sacked. At the 20-yard line, Eric Hill was there.
They had great coverage by number 46, Tim McDonald, on Novacek, because that is really where Troy Aikman wanted to go. McDonald had him covered, everybody else was covered, and Aikman had nowhere to go, and Eric Hill, number 58, the inside linebacker, makes the play.
Mike Saxon will kick it away to Ricky Prohl. Prohl stands at the 35-yard line.
A big defensive series for the Cardinals. First time they've stopped it.
There's the kick, and it's sort of low. Liner. Prohl makes the play on the run at the 32. Good return, and out of bounds at around the 45-yard line. Once again, it was Daryl Johnston that chased him out after the line drive punch. So great field position here for Phoenix. When we come back,
Cover punts. Number 29, Kenneth Gant. He's going to get mugged here, I don't know, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. That's what you call getting blocked a few times, getting held up. But no hard feelings there as Aeneas Williams gives a nice little pat in the helmet. And let's get on with it. Great special teams players, Kenneth Gant, but can't beat 2 guys there.
and good field position for the Cardinals as they go to work at their own 45 as the wave makes its way around the stadium. Johnny Johnson back in the game. Tupa to throw. Has a man. It's complete to Ernie Jones. For a gain of about 8 yards. Ken Norton was on the stop. And now let's take a look at tonight's U.S. Marine Corps scoreboard.
Well, you know, the Redskins have beaten teams badly, and this time came back in the fourth quarter to win there. Eagles, remember the Eagles? How about Roy Green? Used to play here for the Cardinals, 6 catches for Roy Green. Well, he was washed up, but had a big day today.
Here it's 2nd and 1 on the 46 as you see the scores. Johnson, the running back. Randall Hill splits wide right. Johnson does not have a first down. He is hit and hit hard. Jimmy Jones was there.
And how about the Saints? We saw them last week, Skip, and that defense is they're no Cinderella team. That's a real team out there.
They ain't the Aints anymore.
Yeah,
are they?
you're right. Falcons with a win. This is a surprise today. Matt Millen threw a touchdown pass there with 6 seconds remaining. Good for them.
Yeah, it's good to see New England coming back. 3rd down and 1 here from the 46-yard line. The 40. James Washington on the stop. But Phoenix showing ability to move the football as we continue the scores. The Lions, well, that's amazing to me after watching the disaster against Washington we had.
3-1 start for the Lions this year after losing 45-0 to the Redskins. But hey, Joe Bugel has to be very happy with this offensive line and the way his team responded. They were down 14-0. Here in front of their opening home game, 70,000 people. But the offensive line came back, plugged away. They got 3, and now they're driving again.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. Jordan is the H-back. Tupa to throw on 1st down. Has plenty of time. Goes for all of it into the end zone for Jones, and he overthrew it. Isaac Holt on the coverage. The pass was too tall.
I was talking to Dave Wannstedt, the defensive coordinator for the Cowboys this week, and he said, hey, Tupa is a good long ball thrower, but it seems like once every, maybe 4 or 5 passes, he just winds up and they throw it deep. And they're hoping for not necessarily just a catch, but maybe a pass interference or some sort of play where they can pick up a flag. That one is just way too far for Ernie Jones. Had no chance to even try to make a play on that one.
2nd and 10 from the 40-yard line. Anthony Thompson checks into the game at running back. Thompson on a sweep, hit behind the line, and down he goes. Jimmy Jones again, the youngster out of Miami, who replaced Danny Noonan in the starting lineup this week, and he's having a good night.
Yeah, and here's why he's getting the start. Number 97, Jimmy Jones. Watch how he gets off the ball. The most important thing for a defensive lineman is the first 3 steps, and he has got a burst. They were hoping that Jimmy Jones was going to be their answer as a pass rusher at defensive end. He has not been, but he's been a terrific defensive tackle because of his burst, and he can make plays like that.
Cardinals need to get inside the 30-yard line for a first down. It's 3rd down. Terrence Flagler back in the game with Anthony Thompson. Tupa will throw for it. He needs 13. He's got it. Flags fly. They mark the ball inside the 30. It'll be enough for a first down. Ernie Jones, the reception.
You know, all coaches clearly watch a lot of films getting ready for a game, and when you're the Cardinals, the pass interference on Holt, you've watched a lot of film of the last 3 games, and in each of those games, number 30, Isaac Holt, has been beaten for touchdowns. And so you know he's going to get worked on. And you know people are going to try to go up top on him, as they did earlier when he was beaten for a touchdown.
Let's see if he's got the first down. He's inside the 30. Antak, our referee, talks it over with Tom Tupa. We'll let them sort it out down there.
Illegal contact by the defense. Number 23. Penalty is declined. I'm sorry, penalty is accepted.
They accept the penalty because
first down.
That makes it a first down.
There's number 23, Robert Williams.
So they take the first down, even though it's less yards. Instead of being at the 30, they're back at the 38.
It's the automatic first.
They mark it, in fact, at the 37-yard line. And here we go. Randall Hill wide to the left. We're getting late. 3:55 left in the quarter. To put a throw again. Has all the time in the world. Completes the pass shy of the 30. Randall Hill, the thrill, the rookie out of Miami, makes the play.
Yeah, he is thrilled. Remember, the Miami Dolphins drafted him on the first round out of the University of Miami. He did not fit into Don Shula's plans there. Thought he was an undisciplined type of player. They pulled him, traded for a #1 draft pick here and brought him in a couple of weeks ago. He has a hamstring, but he felt slighted by Jimmy Johnson. That Jimmy Johnson didn't draft him #1, drafted another wide receiver instead, and he wanted to play desperately against the Cowboys tonight.
2nd and 3 from the 30-yard line. Johnson with the ball, breaks it inside the 25 down to the 22-yard line. Larry Brown on the stop. He was helped on the play by Tony Tolbert, but the Cardinals are dominating the game after looking very bad early.
Yeah, and again, Tim Jordan, number 85, the H-back, he's playing fullback there. Watch what he does. He just kind of screens out Vincent Smith, number 57. Then he picks up the middle linebacker, Jack Del Rio. Tim Jordan has done a great night blocking, clearing the way for Johnny Johnson. That time, he blocked 2 linebackers.
1st and 10 from the 22. Randall Hill wide to the right. 2.5 minutes remaining in our first half. Johnson again into the 15-yard line he goes. Jimmy Jones involved in the stop again, but they're moving at will against the Dallas team.
Yeah, this is not a scat back offense, and you don't have a scat back in Johnny Johnson, but what you have a guy, although he looks a little bit awkward, he looks like he's running so tall, but he's got a great lean to him. And again, you don't see many backs. You know, there used to be the O.J. Simpsons and the Gale Sayers types, the guys who were tall and lean. You've seen more running backs built like Barry Sanders, but now Johnny Johnson shows you that stride, why he's had a big year.
We've reached the 2-minute period, and Anthony Thompson is about to check into the game shortly. Here we go. 2nd and 3 from the 15. Johnson. Not this time. Ken Norton on the stop.
Yeah, that's a good play by Ken Norton. He's an outside linebacker. A year ago, he played inside, or played the other side, the strong side for the Dallas Cowboys. And they're hoping to get a lot more movement out of him. The one liability this team has is in the pass rushing department. They're pretty strong in defensive tackle. Dave Wannstedt and Jimmy Jones Jimmy Johnson trying to find a guy who can put the pressure on the quarterback.
3rd and 3 at the 15. Terrence Flagler in the game as a running back or pass receiver on 3rd and 3. Tupa will throw. It's batted down at the line of scrimmage. Jim Jeffco took care of business there, and again it looks like the Cardinals will have to settle for a field goal. Let's see. Yep.
And how about Jim Jeffco? Twice inside the 20-yard line, he's made the play. Remember the play before? Yes. He stopped the reverse. This time, number 77 just times it beautifully. You know, it's one thing being a guy that big. He's 6'5", 270 pounds, but he's an athlete. Timed the jump absolutely perfectly.
Davis will try the field goal from 32 yards. He's made a 32-yarder, missed a 49-yarder. Jordan will hold with 1:12 left in the half. He's got that baby right down the middle, and it's 14-6. We have 1:09 remaining in the first half, and Phoenix has battled back. They still. Here's the kick. James Dixon has it. Field position, 30-yard line, and a flag comes flying in. Steve Heitch on the tackle. So let's see what the penalty is all about. Dick Hantak will let us know. He's our referee.
Holding on the return, number 59, 10-yard penalty, first down.
Remember before we watched Kenneth Gant, number 29 for the Cowboys, how many times he was getting hit and blocked? Watch old Nate Newton throwing that no-hitter here. There you go. Nate is supposed to be part of the wedge there, but not much happening there for Nate.
Well, and I'll tell you what, everybody took a wide berth around him. He at least accomplished that. Here we go, 1:04 remaining. It's a 14-6 Cowboy lead. The crowd back into the game here. Smith crosses the 25, gets to the 26-yard line.
Now,
Garth Jacks on the stop.
55 seconds remaining. Plenty of time here for Troy Aikman. 4 of 6 in the night, but he has not completed a pass to a wide receiver. Everything he's completed has been to a running back. So he's got to give a wide receiver a chance here, or get the ball to his tight end, Novacek.
Cardinals call a timeout after the short gain. Boys now have rather the Cardinals have.
His speed wide receiver is Alexander Wright, number 81. He's not thrown to him thus far tonight.
He's going to throw now. And it is complete to the 45 and out of bounds near midfield. Michael Irvin made the reception. He's another guy out of Miami. Zordich ran him out.
The ability to adjust, or the ability to adjust for a wide receiver, I think is really understated. This ball is thrown behind Michael Irvin, but he stops, he sees it, he got his head turned around, then he has the presence to get out and then knock over all the Gatorade there so they don't have anything to drink.
Smart play.
But watch, you know, this is supposed to be an in route. Catches that ball with his hands, knows he's in a 2-minute drill, and he dances outside.
Irvin splits to the left this time. Aikman to throw, has pressure. And it goes right through the hands of Novacek at the 40-yard line. That doesn't happen to him often. David Braxton on the coverage.
Yeah, thus far the Cardinal defense has done a marvelous job of taking away Jay Novacek. Came in with 14 catches, 2 touchdowns. But in particular, Tim McDonald has done a marvelous job of shutting him out.
2nd and 10 from the 50, 48 seconds remaining until halftime.
You know, you think of Troy Aikman with a big, strong arm, but his longest touchdown pass this year is only 6 yards. It talks about some of the weakness on offense. They don't have a big-time wide receiver that can go up top.
Urban to the left, Alexander right to the right. Emmitt Smith. He eludes one man and lunges close to the 40-yard line. They'll mark it at the 42, and a timeout is quickly called. This one by Dallas.
Now, Emmitt Smith is a great draw runner. Again, we're talking to Mark Stepnoski, number 53, a couple of weeks ago, and he says, hey, he sets guys up so well. I mean, he's a patient runner. I mean, he helps the offensive linemen with their blocks because he'll move one way, set up a defender, know the offensive line's going to block him, and then he'll cut right behind him.
Lorenzo Lynch and Jay Taylor involved with Ron Sadler for Phoenix.
They need about 8 more yards to get themselves in reasonable field position for a field goal.
There's a completed pass to Novacek down to the 35-yard line. A flag on the play as well. We'll see what that's all about. Ken Harvey made the stop, but Novacek. Let's see what it is. Illegal procedure. That'll hurt Dallas.
And Ken Willis, the kicker, has a long this year of 54 yards.
Illegal formation on the offense. Incorrect alignment on the line of scrimmage. 5-yard penalty. Repeat the down. 3rd down.
So it's again 3rd down.
He's got one of those computerized voices. Doesn't he sound like that? Yeah.
Yes.
So now what you're looking at, maybe 13, 15 yards is what the Cowboys need to give themselves a chance. A 15 yards will give them a 47-yard field goal attempt.
It's 3rd and 6 from the 46. Novacek at the 40-yard line, very close to the 1st down. I don't know whether he has it or not. Lorenzo Lynch on the coverage.
You know, tight ends are usually an afterthought, but not for the Dallas Cowboys. Watch number 84. He's one of the few tight ends in the league that's a primary receiver. He and Eric Green of the Pittsburgh Steelers, and it's because he's got good hands, he's a big target, and the quarterback likes him and has confidence in him. Combination of those things, he's going to get a lot of balls thrown to him, and he's going to catch a lot.
Can a quarterback, and you were in that position, so I think you can answer the question, can you get too sweet on one receiver? You begin to count on the guy, and he comes through for you, and then you look to him too much and ignore other guys who may be open?
You're absolutely right, and if you aren't willing or able to adjust, you're going to get stuffed. But what the Cowboys did here in the 1st half, they took Novacek away. Where'd he go? He threw the ball to Daryl Johnson.
That's right. The Cowboys have taken their 2nd timeout. They did get the 1st and 10. We are down to 22 seconds remaining in the 1st half, and it's been a good one. It was a 14-0 game. The Cardinals have marched and been halted, but kicked a couple of field goals, and they'll be very much in this contest at halftime.
Remember, Troy Aikman yesterday was saying, hey, after what happened last week against Philadelphia, this game couldn't come soon enough.
Alexander right, wide right. Michael Urban wide left. Dumps it off. It's complete to Emmitt Smith. He heads for the sidelines. Is down close to the 30-yard line. 12 seconds remaining, and now they halt the clock with 10 seconds left in the half. Lorenzo Lynch on the stop. Last time out for Dallas.
This is a nice pattern because not only was Emmitt Smith in the backfield, so was Jay Novacek. Remember, he caught the pass earlier? Novacek cleared out, and then Emmitt Smith came right in behind him. Novacek had taken both inside guys out, and Emmitt Smith has an easy catch.
They're going to line up and try to kick it right here. And it will be a 48-yard attempt for Ken Willis.
He's got enough leg, belonging to the year, 54 yards.
And he tries to make this a 17-6 game with 10 seconds remaining in the half. Here we go. Jay Novacek will hold it. Just missed. Wide to the left, as you see. 5 seconds remaining in the first half, and the score stays the same, 14-6. He didn't miss by much, did he, Pep?
No. But I always love the defensive bodies, how many guys are fighting and scrapping and getting their hands up, getting their arms up. Nope.
Flagler into the game as a running back for the Cardinals, who have time for one more play.
I tell you, Joe Bugle has to be pretty happy with the way this half is going to end. 14-6. And they were down 14-0. It would have been easy to lay over and die. Don't have an explosive offense, but they have hung in there and fought back pretty well, I think.
The crowd boos, but that's silly. He did the right thing. The half comes to a close. And the Cardinals, who gave up touchdowns the first 2 times Dallas touched the ball, come off at halftime in pretty good shape, down by 8 points. 14-6 is our score from Phoenix. The Fruit of the Loom halftime report coming up right after this.
The crunch, the workout, the kickoff, the roar of the crowd. It's here. Fall kickoff time at Lechois. Page after page of winning tire values. For example, a special purchase of 40,000-mile all-seasons radials means we pass the savings on to you. Z800s, the 60,000-mile tire. The all-new Touring Grand Am. No matter what you drive, when it comes to tires, we've got a full lineup. It's happening now. The Lechois Fall Kickoff of winning tire values.
We're the Golden Rule Group. We serve southwestern Idaho with 10 auto truck franchises. That means a wider choice from a great list of manufacturers. It means 11 different financing sources, terms to fit your need. It means service, convenience. Your car may be serviced at the nearest Golden Rule dealer. 10 auto dealerships in Caldwell, Nampa, and Boise. Buying power. The Golden Rule Group, where the buying power is yours.
Renting movies is cheap.
Honey, did you return the movies to the video store? Don't worry, I'll be going by the video store tomorrow or Thursday.
No, darling, I'll return them on my way to work in the morning. Maybe they won't charge us for the extra day.
Honey, look, I forgot to return the tapes, and my plane leaves in 20 minutes, but I gave them to a cab driver named Larry.
Renting movies is cheap if you manage to get them back on time. Otherwise, pay-per-view is a lot cheaper, and there's never a late fee.
Why rent it? You've got it.
The Fruit of the Loom Halftime Report is brought to you by America's favorite Fruit of the Loom. We keep America's men comfortable.
As the sun sets in Phoenix, Arizona, we are at halftime. Dallas Cowboys leading the Phoenix Cardinals 14-6. Emmitt Smith running wild, already over 100 yards for the game. Hi again, everyone. Fred Hickman here from Sun Devil Stadium. Kevin Kiley will be joining me shortly, but right now we're going to take you to Atlanta to catch you up on all the scores and highlights, including the upset of the day. Ernie, I think that probably Hugh Millen is the most popular guy in New England, at least for tonight.
Yeah, certainly one of the big stories of the NFL Week 4. Kenny Stabler here along with me, Ernie Johnson. You talk about Hugh Millen. What a guy, what a preparation he had. He's been sitting here for 3 weeks watching Tommy Hodson try to engineer that offense. 2-minute drill comes, and he was all over it.
Yeah, I think what that'll do for him, too, you know, it'll build a tremendous amount of confidence in the entire offense, especially Millen, to be able to bring your team from behind to win against a very good team, a 3-0 Houston Oilers, and it'll build a lot of confidence. Great job by the young man.
Yeah, 83-yard drive in the closing under 2 minutes, and Hugh Millen hitting Greg McMurtry with what turned out to be the game winner. Here you see the clock, 15, 14, 13 ticking down, and McMurtry will take this home. Some shoddy tackling by the Oilers, and with 6 seconds left, there's McMurtry giving New England the shocker, 24-20 over the Houston Oilers, who are now 3-1. The Washington Redskins got a Brian Mitchell punt return for 6, 34-27. They beat Cincinnati. Minnesota and New Orleans, the Saints just keep on getting better. 26-0 over the Vikings. Craig Sager was there.
Jazz has always been inherent to the Dixieland lifestyle, but never has the tune when the Saints go marching in been as popular or as apropos as it has been during
ball field. The Saints have marched over their first 4 opponents. And although this was number 22, Gil Fenderdy's first NFL start, he was able to drum up 106 yards, a career high. The Saints' offensive line was in perfect step, with number 67, Stan Brock, and number 85, Hobie Brennan, leading the band. On this play for number 34, the man in that number, Craig Ironhead Hayward. On the other side of the field, the purple of the Vikings turned to the blues. Herschel Walker did not have a ball, and the heights of a week ago were sent below sea level by the percussion of the Dome Patrol defense.
Well, we've got 4 outstanding football players. I wouldn't trade them for any group in the National Football League, and they've all got their strengths and not many weaknesses. They got some weaknesses, but not many. But they're all outstanding football players. They all play hard, they practice hard, they prepare hard each week, and I think this is what makes them good football players. They have great talent, but they use their talent to their maximum and get the most out of their potential because of their work ethic and their preparation.
It's not only the linebackers, but the entire ensemble. And today, they did it one more at a time. Craig Sager from New Orleans, where the Saints have marched to the front.
Thank you, Craig. Now you take a look at the Lions and the Indianapolis Colts, 2 of the marquee names. Eric Dickerson only 17 yards on the day. Barry Sanders stole the show. 30 carries, 179 yards, 2 touchdowns. The Lions go to 3-1, beat the Colts, who are 0-4, 33-24. That was a career low for Dickerson, 17 yards. He did score twice. Cleveland Browns and New York Giants. Rodney Hampton, 104 yards in a 13-10 Giant victory. San Diego Chargers and Denver Broncos. Gaston Green is the story here. 27-19, the Broncos win it. Green had 127 yards and 3 touchdowns. The Seattle Seahawks and Kansas City Chiefs, 20-13, the Chiefs win that one. They had a 20-3 lead and then held on. The LA Raiders and the Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons win it 21-17. Jay Schrader had the Raiders down there in scoring position late, but with 1:36 to play, he was intercepted by Tim McKyer. Here's Schrader.
There's no excuse. Offense has got to be able to go down and score. You got 5 minutes and 3 timeouts. If you can't score twice, you're just not good enough to be in this league.
And it's the Falcons winning it by 4. The San Francisco 49ers, there you see the score again, just in case you missed it. Let's reinforce it, 21-17. And now, the Niners, 27-10 winners over the LA Rams. Steve Young hit 21 out of 31. The Buffalo Bills held off Tampa Bay to go 4-0, 17-10. Pittsburgh Steelers and Philadelphia Eagles, 23-14. Philly, after 11 sacks last week, only 4 this week, but it does the trick. Green Bay Packers and Miami Dolphins. Win number 300 for Don Shula, 16-13. He joined some elite company, George Halas being the only other coach to ever get 300 victories, 325 in his career. Then you see Tom Landry, Curly Lambeau, and Chuck Noll. Here tonight on TNT, Dallas 14, Phoenix 6. There at the break. Let's go back to Fred Hickman and the guys. Fred?
Thank you very much, gentlemen. We're going to be talking more about our game when Kevin Kiley joins me in just one moment. The game within the game. We'll talk about it after we come back to the Fruit of the Loom halftime report. Stay with us, please.
One day, a few thousand birds decide they don't like people. Really don't like people. The people try to fight back. But eventually, the birds win.
The difference between watching a movie on an ordinary television and watching it on a Mitsubishi home theater system is the difference between hearing about it and being there.
Working out, working hard for cotton comfort on the move. The underwear is Fruit of the Loom.
Under more men's clothes, you'll find the comfort of soft cotton. Comfort that moves with you. The comfort of America's favorite, Fruit of the Loom.
On the street, on the road, for cotton comfort on the move. The underwear is Fruit of the Loom.
As Wendell
Welcome back to Sun Devil Stadium, where the Cowboys are leading the Phoenix Cardinals 14-6 at the half. Why are the Cardinals leading? Well, it happens to have a lot to do with a guy who wears number 22 on his back, Emmitt Smith. He has run wild in the first half of play. The biggest run for him, of course, the 60-yarder straight up the middle. Great blocking up front. He gets through the secondary, and he is history. 60 yards for the first of his 2 touchdowns, and once again the score is 14-6 in favor of the Cowboys. Kevin Kyler, let me bring you in here now. We were talking about blocking. Jay Novacek, the tight end for the Dallas Cowboys, got a lot of attention in the first half.
He did. He only had 1 catch, Freddie, but he made a big impact on this game. He's playing sort of a game within a game with Eric Hill, the linebacker for the Cardinals, and the strong safety, Tim McDonald. Let's take a look at Jay Novacek, number 84 for the Dallas Cowboys. What you're going to see here is Troy Aikman dropping back. Novacek's going to get a lot of attention here from Tim McDonald. Taking McDonald really out of the play. And that frees up the fullback, Darryl Johnston. And you can see, watch Novacek in the back of your screen right there. Number 84 makes the block on Eric Hill. Johnson goes 22 yards, and that was a big play in that second touchdown drive where Dallas went ahead 14-0. Here's Emmitt Smith going right up the gut just a few minutes later, and he scored to make it 14-0. 70 yards in 10 plays that drive. Novacek did play a part, believe it or not. Now, Phoenix getting the hang of it. Aikman drops back again. Watch Novacek with Tim McDonald. McDonald is going to occupy him. Novacek, the go-to guy. Aikman cannot find him. So what does Aikman do? Well, he's going to look to his right as he's covered. Now watch Troy Aikman. He's going to look for number 22. Bottom side of your screen there. He's not there. Eric Hill, again, freed up because McDonald has done the job on the tight end. Makes the sack. Now that is a coverage sack. The offensive line, Freddie, might get blamed. Remember the 11 sacks last week? That is not the offensive line's fault. It is Tim McDonald covering the go-to guy, Jay Novacek, allowing Eric Hill to break in and make the sack on Aikman.
Now, what kind of changes, Kevin? Phoenix, they can't get anything done offensively. They had the 1 drive late in the game, or late in the first half, and wound up getting a field goal out of it. What are they going to have to do to really punch the ball into the end zone?
What they have to do, Freddie, I don't think they can do. Pat Hayden has talked about it most of the game. Tom Tupa has not progressed far enough, I think, in the NFL to be the type of quarterback that can carry a game. Phoenix needs to run the ball against Dallas. The strength of the Dallas defense is the middle and the running game. In order to beat Dallas, you need to run outside, and you have to get the passing game going downfield. Tom Tupa is maybe not capable of doing that.
Well, we'll see what happens, and we'll talk about it after the game. The fellas are on their way back out to the field, and we're going to get you back upstairs to Skip and Pat for the second half. But first of all, let me tell you...
Broadcast that this was going to be an NFC East type of game in spite of the weather, and we're 2,500 miles from the East Coast. But look at the rushing yards. All of them by Emmitt Smith, the Cowboys. And for Johnny Johnson, 89 of the 95. You know, a lot of sand and cactus around here, but Joe Bugle wants this to be a blue-collar type of team, a team that doesn't have any prima donnas, guys that are that'll give everything on special teams and on defense, and he has that, or he's getting there. Didn't want to disappoint the fans tonight, and I think although there hasn't been an awful lot of offensive fireworks for the Cardinals, they have to be pleased that they didn't let it get too far out of hand.
Dallas will receive the kickoff as the third quarter gets underway. Don't forget, a week from tonight, we'll be in the Metrodome in Minneapolis, Denver, and the Vikings. 8 o'clock Eastern time. But a good second half do you hear. James Dixon and Derek Shepard are the deep men.
You know,
Greg Davis for kicking off.
Football is a game of momentum, quite honestly, and you've heard it said many times, but I've always thought the first series in each half really set the tone for the rest of that half. So the Cowboys get the ball here. The momentum at the end of the first half went to the Cardinals. Important for Troy Aikman to get something going here.
Davis kicks it away. It's a high kick. It's fielded at the 10-yard line. Coming across is James Dixon, and he breaks free to the 30, and down he goes. Robert Massey, cornerback, in on the stop. Pretty good field position for Dallas as the third quarter gets underway.
You know, the kind of first half that Emmitt Smith had, you know, heck, you just want to keep giving him the ball. He's a good receiver. People don't realize that. He came in tied tied for the NFC lead in receptions with 15. You see what kind of runner he is. But here's the kind of guy that you keep giving him the ball, and he's going to continue to make people miss.
Michael Irvin wide right. Darrell Johnston is the fullback in front of Emmitt Smith. Troy Aikman, of course, the Dallas quarterback. Nailed for a loss.
Freddie Joe Nunn, what a play, Skip.
He's a good one, boy.
Yeah, you know, you talk about a feel for the game. Freddie Joe Nunn, number 50, was blocked. But he just had a sense, a feel that Emmitt Smith was going to break outside, kind of spun out of the block and spun right into Emmitt Smith. And there's one thing about physical ability, there's the other thing about that innate sense of where people are, and Freddie Joe Nunn has that.
Alexander right to the left, Michael Irvin to the right. 2nd and 13. He'll throw for it. Emmitt Smith, 25, makes one man miss, gets to the 30, but a very short gain. Garth Jacks was there to bring him down along with Aeneas Williams.
I tell you, Emmitt Smith is fun to watch. He put a move there on Aeneas Williams, number 35, the corner. And this was just what Jimmy Johnson was saying yesterday. Flip the ball out there to Emmitt Smith. He'll make the first guy miss. Whoops. Yep. And lots of times he'll make the second guy miss.
Still, it's a 3rd and 10 situation. 13:35 remaining in our 3rd quarter. Smith the lone setback. Michael Irvin wide to the right. Possession play for Dallas. They're blitzing. The pass complete. Michael Irvin, first down, midfield. Fumble the football. Cardinals have it. Massey the tackle. Let's see who got the football. It was Massey who got the football. Aeneas Williams on the tackle.
Remember, this is the 15th fumble caused by this team tonight. And that was a beautifully thrown ball by Troy Aikman to Michael Irvin. Just absolutely beautiful. He threw it early, got his head around, and a great catch by Irvin. But did you see how he stripped it, Aeneas Williams? Again, that's coaching fumbles. Aeneas Williams went right around him and forced a fumble by just poking it right out of his arms.
So the Cardinals have great field position. They're on the 49-yard line. Now they've got to get one of the chains adjusted on the other side of the field.
See that graphic? 15 forced fumbles. That's incredible in itself. But the 13 recoveries, it means they have a lot of guys around. Watch the way Aeneas Williams. Now he is a rookie. You coach those things, and he has a feel for it. That's a great play by Williams, the rookie. 2 interceptions in his first 4 games and 2 forced fumbles.
The ball is on the 49 in Dallas territory. Ernie Jones wide to the left. Johnny Johnson is the running back. Tim Jordan playing at fullback in front of him in the I formation. Tupou will throw on first down, and he's going to go long, and it may be intercepted. It's incomplete down around the goal line. The pass was intended for Ernie Jones, but if anybody was going to catch that, it was going to be Larry Brown of the Cowboys.
And Larry Brown, number 24 for the Cowboys, a rookie that Tom Tupou is trying to go up top on here. A 12th round draft pick. It's amazing. 6 of the 12 round draft picks from the past draft have made NFL rosters this year. And what Jimmy Johnson was saying about Larry Brown is, hey, ever since he has been here, he has made plays. From training camp on, we decided, hey, we have to give him a shot. Let's give him a chance to play in the real thing, the real game. He responded there.
Jones again wide to the left against him. Tupou gives. Johnson's got nowhere to go. He's hit in the backfield, loses a couple. Jimmy Jones again. Boy, he is having some game, isn't he, Pat?
Yeah, he may not be a great defensive end, but he sure is an awfully good defensive tackle, is Jimmy Jones. Started a lot last year for the Cowboys. Started on and off. Hoped he was going to develop into that pass rusher, but he hasn't. And again, we've seen it tonight. 3 times, the tremendous burst. Those first 3 steps are critical for defensive linemen, and Jimmy Jones has a burst for those first 5 yards.
Johnny Johnson and Terrence Flagler in the backfield now for Phoenix. The Cardinals face a 3rd and 13 from the 48-yard line.
And again, 3rd and 13 is not their kind of down. I mean, you have Troy Aikman, he can drive the ball is one thing, but for Tom Tupou, you want him in the 3rd and 3s, 3rd and 4 type of situations.
And now the Cardinals' confusion reigns supreme, and they have to burn a timeout with 12:23 remaining in the 3rd quarter. So a 3rd and 13 for Phoenix.
This is a situation where the Cardinal wide receivers are going to have to do it. They're the ones that are going to have to get down there 14, 15 yards.
Tupa has time, has all the time in the world, throws complete, but well short of the first down around the 45-yard line to his running back, Johnny Johnson, but he had nowhere to go. Robert Williams, a 6-year pro out of Baylor, made the stop.
The throw just doesn't make any sense on 3rd and 13, quite honestly. Maybe he didn't have somewhere else to go, but that's just not going to get it for you, and it's not going to get it you in field goal range either. You know, give a wide receiver a chance downfield.
Rich Camarillo will kick it away. Derek Shepard will try to return it. He stands at his 10-yard line. 11:45 left in the third quarter here. Pat Hayden, Skip Carey with it from Phoenix. Camarillo kicks it away, and they let it bounce. And they come down this ball, and they do it. The 2-yard line. It was Tyrone Stowe who got to it, and that worked out beautifully for Camarillo and the Cardinals.
Well, I tell you, when your offense struggles a little bit, special teams can win a game. As a matter of fact, Bugle was talking about his punter and his kicker yesterday. So we've got some pretty good ones, and our special teams ought to win 2 games for us. And punts like this can do it.
43-yard kick, no return. So Troy Aikman and company are in some trouble here.
You know what Camarillo did a nice job of there. If you punt the ball with the nose up and it hits, it's going to bounce straight up or to the side and not into the end zone.
Troy Aikman brings him out. The fullback, Johnston, nothing there at all. The entire center of the line in on the stop. Jim Waller was there first, the big guy out of UCLA.
Yeah, Jim Waller, the nose tackle, has done a wonderful job tonight of really playing sideline to sideline. He knifed threw an arm out there, made a play. Garth Jacks finished him off.
It's 2nd and 10 from the 3-yard line. That's the first time a running play has been called by Dallas in which Emmitt Smith didn't carry the ball.
These next 2 plays are the biggest of the night for Troy Aikman.
Novacek in motion. Emmitt Smith pops out of there and gets to the 7-yard line. He's well short of the first down, but he got him some breathing room. Tim McDonald in on the stop.
A good tackle by Tim McDonald, got some help by Robert Massey. And remember, McDonald earlier was saying, hey, he can make you miss, and you have to bring an extra load when you're tackling Emmitt Smith. Well, this time Tim McDonald did. Number 94, Faulkner, slows him down. McDonald is there. Massey finishes him off. And as we've seen tonight, when the Cardinals have played well on defense, they've had 3, 4, 5 guys around the ball.
3rd and 5 from the 8-yard line. He wants all of it. Nowhere near anybody. Aeneas Williams on the coverage. So the Cardinals defense does the job, and the Cowboys will kick it away. Mike Saxon will punt it. Ricky Prohl will try to return it.
Boy, you know, and it was the great tackle by McDonald and Massey on Smith, Emmitt Smith, that was the difference on that defensive series.
Saxon stands in his own end zone. Prohl stands at his 44. A little bit. The ball takes a bounce, however, fielded by Prohl. He's at midfield and out of bounds. So great field position once again for the Cardinals. They'll start from the 50, but they trail by 8 points. 10:27 left. Sent the Cardinals even further back. They will start from the 35-yard line instead of from midfield. Now let's take a look at tonight's Coors Light scoreboard.
Gerald Riggs doing it the Redskin way. Really grounded out there at the end.
Bengals still haven't won. But they're trying hard. Giants beat the Browns. A nip and tuck game. And Bill Belichick going to do a good job at Cleveland. The Saints continue to roll. Fennerty had a big game last week and another good one.
Sam Mills on defense had a great game too. 11 tackles and an interception for the Saints. Kind of a surprise there, the Falcons over the Raiders. They played good defense again today, as the Falcons did.
Boy, the wind is beginning to whistle here, and thunder and lightning in the background. We could have some interesting weather before this game comes to a close. I understand there was a light rain here early this morning. This might be more than a light rain. What do you suppose everyone's waiting for, Pat?
Waiting for the Coors Light scoreboard to get finished here, so.
Well, we're ready, so y'all go ahead.
Well, again, the Cardinals down by 8 points, and I guess the issue is they score, will they go for the 2-point conversion? No, we don't have that, no.
Good.
Yeah.
1st and 10 from the 35.
They've been successful with Johnny Johnson in the first half. They got to get him going again.
And he has 5, 6, maybe 7 yards. Jim Jeffcoat on the stop, but he dragged him forward for a sizable gain.
Yeah, you know, really a much different type of runner than Emmitt Smith. Emmitt Smith is a stop and start and dart type of receiver. We talked about him, you know, people bouncing off him. Johnny Johnson is a smooth kind of guy with a great body lean, and you saw him there carry 3-4 guys for an extra couple of yards.
Ricky Prohl is wide to the left, Ernie Jones to the right. It is 2nd and 3 from the 42-yard line. Johnson again, short of the first down. It'll be 3rd and 1. Jack Del Rio, the little middle linebacker, in on the stop. So was Tony Casillas.
So Joe Bugle has to be really happy, I think, with the way his offensive line has come off. And Tim Jordan, the H-back, number 85, really continues to do just a fabulous job of blocking. That time, once again in motion to the little trap lead for Johnny Johnson. Well, he's going to have 2 sore shoulders tomorrow. 94 yards on 21 carries for Johnny Johnson tonight. So the game is just as we expected. Johnny Johnson was going to carry the load for the Cardinals, Emmitt Smith for the Cowboys.
3rd and 1 from the 44-yard line. Walter Reeves, the tight end, in motion. Johnson got it. First down at the 47-yard line. James Washington in on the tackle along with Vincent Smith.
What a neat little run there by Johnny Johnson and the good offensive line surge. It looked like Johnson at first was thinking, hey, I may die for it if I have to, but it was Ron Wolfley, number 24, the lead blocker, that just buried the linebacker, and then Johnny Johnson just cut around it for the first down. We are seeing some very good lead blocking by Wolfley, by Tim Jordan for the Cardinals tonight.
Here come the Cardinals. From the 47-yard line, they're still in their own territory, and they still trail by 8. Tupa throws, hit, drop, loose football, big scramble. Cardinals have it back at the 42-yard line. Let's see if Tupa's all right. Looked like Jordan may have been the guy who covered the football finally.
Boy, I tell you, Jim Jeffcoat, if he just falls on it, it's Cowboys ball. He's trying to score a touchdown.
Once again, the pressure. Tony Tolbert.
Yeah, Tony Tolbert from the outside. Part of the ongoing experiment by Jimmy Johnson, kind of trying to create defensive linemen or defensive ends out of linebackers. And Tony Tolbert got a great start upfield. And Jeffcoat, if he falls on it, Cowboys have the ball inside Cardinal territory.
2nd and 15 from the 42. Randall Hill wide to the left. Ernie Jones wide to the right. Quick pop pass. That's Hill. He's hit and forced out of bounds at midfield. It'll be 3rd and about 8-yard line. 8 yards to go. Larry Brown made the stop.
Ted Plum, the offensive receiver coach, was saying about Randall Hill, number 81 for the Phoenix Cardinals. Hey, I coach guys like Willie Gault in Chicago, and Randall Hill has that kind of speed and can still adjust as he did there, adjust on the run.
Jordan is out of the game. Terrence Flagler checks in, the team with Anthony Thompson in the backfield. Thompson, the highly regarded running back from Indiana, has taken a back seat here to Johnny Johnson. 7:23 left. 3rd down. They make it 7 yards to go from the 50. Tupa has pressure. He's hit. He's sacked. Loose football. Let's see who's got it.
Cowboys.
Cowboys is right. Robert Williams, a cornerback on the blitz, forced the fumble. And Tony Casillas came away with it.
Here's Casillas right here. The blitz that comes from the outside, and Casillas makes the recovery. Robert Williams, number 23, who's a corner, just timed it perfectly. He was even on the front side. And there's Casillas for the recovery. Remember the play earlier, Jeffco tried to pick it up and run with it. That time Casillas just falls on it. And now the Cowboys have the ball inside Cardinals territory.
At the 41-yard line.
He got mauled.
14-6 Dallas is our score. Emmitt Smith tripped up as he reaches the 40-yard line. Boy, if that play isn't made, he goes for a while. Garth Jacks upended it. 6:55 left in the third quarter.
You know, the adjustments, I think, are always kind of the interesting thing about professional football. But generally, the team that adjusts better wins. And look what they have done here with Emmitt Smith. The last 7 rushes, only those 21 yards after the big start. And again, Fritz Shermer on his defense, he's getting more defensive linemen penetrating and not giving Emmitt Smith a chance to get started.
2nd and 9 from the 40. Aikman will throw. Intercepted? No, incomplete. Garth Jacks was there to knock it away. That ball almost landed right in his lap. Or did Darrell Johnston come up with it? They say that he did. How did Jacks miss it?
Yeah, I thought he threw it right to Garth Jacks.
I did too.
Well, Darrell Johnson out of Syracuse has always been a very good receiver. A fullback who's a good lead blocker, but with a soft hands. And he's developing into kind of a go-to short receiver for Troy Aikman.
3rd down, 3 yards to go. Michael Irvin wide to the right.
Matchup to watch. Tim McDonald, number 46, on Jay Novacek, the tight end.
In motion. 3rd and 3. Aikman is rushed. He throws it away. Intended for Novacek, but he had no chance.
Yeah. Tim McDonald has just done a superb job on Jay Novacek. I thought coming into this game, Jay Novacek might catch 10 passes. But in all the passing situations, the 3rd and 3s and 4s and 5s, Tim McDonald has just taken a mano-a-mano, bump and run, and just blanketed him.
Ken Willis is going to try to kick one from about 52 yards. Novacek will hold.
Career long is 54 yards.
The rain begins to fall and fall hard in Phoenix. There's the boot. It is no good, short. He kicked it down the middle, but short. The wind is really swirling here. The rain is pelting down.
Yeah, what we have, and it really is gusty now. He is kicking with the wind on this attempt.
Look at that rain pelt down in Phoenix. We'll be back. Ooh, look at that just a few seconds ago. The Dallas Cowboys, by the way, the first 2 times they touched the ball, they drove for touchdowns. Since then, they have only 2 first downs all night. So the Cardinals done a good job on them, but they can't dent the scoreboard themselves. Look at that rain. Randall Hill is wide to the left. Tupa to throw for Hill. It's complete. He's covered immediately at the 39-yard line by Larry Brown.
Well, he likes to call himself Thrill Hill. Some at the University of Miami called him Overkill Hill. But he will be a threat once they get him going and fully healthy. He's got a hamstring injury now, but he can go up top and be a real deep threat for the Cardinals this year.
Ricky Prohl is in the slot. The give is to Johnson, and he is drilled by Tony Tolbert, and he got absolutely nothing.
You know, he really was lucky not to fumble this ball because Tolbert just got a clean shot at him. You know, interesting thing about this game, I think, Skip, it started out as an offensive, it looked like it was going to be a blowout. The 2 touchdowns by the Cowboys, but since then, it has really settled into being a defensive game.
3rd down, 6 yards to go from the 38-yard line. Tom Tupa in the pocket, has time, throw, complete. Out of bounds, 1st down. Ernie Jones, the reception.
They give Tom Tupa some credit. He hung in there, and he has hung in that pocket all night tonight. Very good protection for Tupa. Allows him to wind up and throw the ball. And a very wide open receiver, Ernie Jones, on the left side, picking on the rookie Larry Brown. Tupa's been hanging in there in that pocket pretty well tonight.
1st and 10. The ball is marked at the 49-yard line. Hill is wide to the left. Anthony Thompson, the running back now. Tupa, play action. He eludes the rush. Throws low. Intended for Hill. Danny Hendricks on the coverage. 2nd down and 10 yards to go. Our crew up here rushing around trying to save the monitors.
I'm worried about them saving themselves as they lean over this ledge up here.
By the time they get it all fixed up, the rain stops.
Well, there has been a drought out here in the western part of the United States for the last 5 years, so some people are happy to see some rain in Phoenix tonight.
2nd down, 10 yards to go.
You know, there's been no rhythm with the Cardinal passing attack. He doesn't have a go-to guy like Troy Aikman does, you know?
Tupa has time. Tupa throws, almost intercepted. A good effort. Danny Hendricks made the diving try. Randall Hill was the intended receiver, and the offensive woes continue for the Cardinals. Now Bill Bates checks into the game along with Robert Williams as they go to their nickel package. Tupa now 9 of 18, but just for 81 yards.
Well, you know, Manny Hendricks has come in now and taken Larry Brown's place at the right corner, number 45 for the Cowboys, and done a pretty good job in the last 2 plays. Been all over the wide receiver without the pass interference.
3:42 left, 3rd quarter. Possession play. 3rd and 10 from the 46. Tupa to throw, has time, has a hit. Ernie Jones. It is complete for a 1st down. He bobbled it, but then caught it before he went out of bounds. Isaac Holt was defending on the play, but he was beaten.
Watch Isaac Holt as he steps inside. When he steps inside, it opens up a lot of room for the wide receiver Ernie Jones to run the out route. See how he steps inside? He's taking the inside away, but that leaves 8-10 yards to the outside for that particular route. He guessed wrong on that one, or the coverage was the wrong coverage for the out cut.
Anthony Thompson is the running back. 3:15 left in the quarter. Thompson on a sweep is hit. Flags fly. He's down at the 40-yard line. 3 separate flags land along the line of scrimmage. Jimmy Jones among those, and on the stop once again. Let's see what the flags are all about. Jimmy Jones having a little trouble getting up. Jones, the 3rd-year man from Miami, a 280-pounder. Danny Noonan
by
will
the
take his
offense.
place.
2 different players.
2 different players called for holding.
And 85. One of the penalties is declined. The other penalty is accepted.
Louis
10
Sharp
yards,
and Tim Jordan both
first
hold.
down.
Well, Skip, let's take a look at both of the holes. Here is Jordan right here. Number 85. Well, my telestrator's out a little bit, but number 85, he is the tight end. The left tackle, number 67, Louis Sharp. The hold by number 85 with his left hand. Louis Sharp tackles or gets his arms around James Washington, and there's both calls.
1st and 20. The ball is on the 49. 3 minutes remaining in our 3rd quarter. John Jackson is wide to the left. Put it up. He has time. He throws a screen. He breaks 1 tackle. Down to go. Anthony Thompson came away with the ball. Danny Noonan made the tackle near midfield.
I think the Cardinals just looking for a change of pace here a little bit with Anthony Thompson, and it looked like it was a double screen. It looked like it was pretty well set up, but Danny Noonan, number 73, did a terrific job for the Cowboys of reading the screen, running out there in the flat, and then making a play.
2nd down, 19 yards to go. John Jackson wide to the left. Anthony Thompson is the running back. Tupa rolls, has all the time in the world, throws complete. short of the first down. Ernie Jones made the stop and paid the price.
Ernie Jones has done a pretty good job, other than dropping the touchdown pass, but he's danced on the sideline a couple times. We've seen him catch the ball over the middle that time and take a shot. Right in the slot, number 86. Again, it's just a feel for the zone. He knows there's a linebacker there. He gets around the linebacker, begins to work his way back in between three defenders. If he's not coming back, maybe that ball gets picked off.
Vincent Smith, the one who had the solid hit, 3rd and 7 at the 38.
They've been awfully good on 3rd down tonight, and even without throwing the ball to Ricky Prohl, who's not caught a pass.
He avoids the pressure. He can run. Now he's being chased by Bates, and he throws it incomplete, and the flag flies. I don't know if Bates got this face mask or what.
They're called grounding.
All right, we will be grounded.
Yeah, I think Tupa's got a legitimate argument there because he had a receiver over there on the sideline.
The veteran Bill Bates out of Tennessee, a 10-year man, was the guy who applied the pressure.
Ricky Prohl was their leading receiver, has been for the last year or so. Ricky Prohl, number 87.
Intentional grounding on the offense, number 19.
But he was covered like a blanket on that particular play. He's in the slot, in the middle of the screen, number 87. Number 23, Robert Williams has him. He's bracketed by the safety, James Williams. There's nowhere for Tupa to get him the ball.
Rich Camarillo in to punt it away. Derek Shepard is the deep man.
And he's punting into a pretty good win right now, Skip.
Here's the boot. He gets it away, and it's a terrific kick, maybe too good. It is. It went into the end zone. He may have been thinking with that wind he could hit it as hard as he wanted. A 53-yard kick. No return. We have 1:01 remaining in the 3rd quarter, but hold the phone. Yet another flag has been thrown. Drop the hanky has been a popular game tonight.
The Cowboys will probably decline that one. Just take the ball from 20.
Player, number 97 on the offensive team, was down the field prior to the kick. The penalty is declined. First down.
So it is declined, and Dallas will have the ball 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. 1:01 remaining in the third.
Emmitt Smith the ball. Have your offensive linemen open up some holes like they did in those first couple of drives.
Emmitt's going to try. There's nothing there, but he breaks the tackle, squirts through for about 7 yards. He's a tough little guy to corral.
Yeah, you're right. He just kind of bounces off people. He stops and he starts, and he can make people miss in a small area. It's one thing if you can do it out in the open field, but he can make it happen in a small area. That shows you the defensive adjustments the Cardinals have made, and Fritz Shermer, the new defensive coordinator for the Cardinals, deserves some credit. They haven't let Emmitt Smith get into a lot of open space this second half.
It's a gain of 8. It's 2nd and 2. Darrell Johnston in motion. He's blocking for Smith, and he fails to get the first down. Garth Jacks was there to knock him down.
For Garth Jacks and Ken Harvey, the outside linebacker. Jacks is number 53, the inside linebacker on the left of the screen. 56 is Ken Harvey. See the way he takes on the block of Darrell Johnson and then refuses to go down. I mean, you have plays like that by outside linebackers like Ken Harvey, you are going to make some stops. And Jack's inside. Wow.
3 quarters have come to a close here. It's still 14-6 Dallas. With you from Phoenix, Arizona, the NFL on TNT. A big play here. 3rd and 2 for Dallas. From their own 28-yard line, they lead 14-6.
Yeah, if you're the Cowboys, I think you give it to Emmitt Smith, force him to stop him.
They're going to throw for it. And it's complete to Michael Irvin. He breaks one tackle, breaks another. Breaks another. Down to the 46-yard line. Garth Jacks finally caught him from behind, along with Ken Harvey.
Michael Irvin is one of those competitive wide receivers. He really plays the position like a nose tackle, a guy that will go over the middle, catch slant passes, make guys miss, wants the ball in critical situations. He'll stick his hand down and keep his balance if he has to. But this is a clutch receiver, Michael Irvin. He may not go over the top for 80 yards, but he can make a lot of plays like that. That's a big play by Irvin and the Cowboys.
First down from the 46-yard line. Novacek in motion. Emmitt Smith. He squirts through. Down to the 32-yard line. Another first down.
You know, Jay Novacek has really been shut out as a wide receiver, but he can hurt you some other ways, too. He's the man in motion, number 84 at the fullback position. But watch the block that he throws for Emmitt Smith. He just dominates the outside guy. Freddie Joe Nunn, the outside linebacker, gave Emmitt Smith plenty of time to cut back up inside and pick up the first. So Novacek can beat you as a receiver, and he can beat you as a block.
Smith, 17 carries, 134 yards. Dallas on their first drive since the first quarter. Novacek in motion. Emmitt again. Nothing there. He loses yardage. In on the play, Eric Hill. Craig Patterson as well.
Yeah, that's an 8-man front, defensive front by the Cardinals, one-on-one on the outside guys. And if you get that kind of front, you have to go up top. Give your wide receivers a chance to beat the DBs, defensive backs.
It's a loss of 4. It's 2nd and 14 from the 36. We have 13 minutes remaining in our game.
Well, Joe Bugle said, hey, if you can't get excited about this game, home opener, Cowboys coming in, check your pulse because you're dead. That's what he was telling his team all week.
Aikman to throw, has time, has a man, but it's incomplete. It was intended for Novacek again.
Well, have the Cardinals done a good job on Novacek?
Zordich and McDonald have done a heck of a job on him.
Man. You see what he did in the first 3 games, and that's obviously the problem when you're the go-to guy. Defensive teams are going to make adjustments. In the first half, we saw the Cowboys counter-punch, if you will, and throw the ball to Daryl Johnson, the fullback who was wide open. They have not come back and thrown the ball to Daryl Johnson.
3rd down, 14 yards to go.
I think the only wide receiver that's caught a pass has been Michael Irvin.
He's caught 2, and he fumbled one away, and he goes wide right. Complete. Novacek gets up again, but he is stopped right there, and he's going to be well short of the first down.
I'll tell you, Troy Aikman showed some just terrific courage hanging in the pocket because he knew he was going to get hit. And again, just trying to find a way through some traffic. Just bouncing through linebackers, an offensive lineman, a defensive lineman, and then making a tough catch. That's what happens with Novacek. But watch Aikman as he hung in. Now, he knows he's going to get drilled. Well, he didn't really because a good offensive block by the lineman. But he hung in there, and threw the ball away from the defender.
Ken Willis will try from 45 yards out. He missed it.
Wow.
The score stays the same.
A lot of missed field goals tonight.
I wonder if that wind is a factor, but it just looked like he was wide from the time he touched it off. So the score stays 14-6. Willis 0 for 3 from 48, 52, and now from 45. Here enjoying the game. The Cowboys on top, 14-6, 11:50 remaining.
Yeah, it really looked like
I wonder if they know the score.
I'm wondering if the Cardinals could really get back into it. They're really all worked up about it.
Yes, they are. And Tom Tuca brings his team out. He's going to throw on first down. He trails by 8. He's in trouble. He gets it away low. Incomplete. 2nd and 10 will be the result. Tim Jordan, the intended receiver. Don't forget, we'll be in Minneapolis next week. Denver and the Vikings, 8 o'clock Eastern time. Pat Hayden, Skip Carey, our entire TNT crew will be there to bring it to you.
Well, Herschel Walker's had a rough day today. Indeed, he's had a very good season for the Vikings.
Don't forget the Stadium Show postgame. Those are some of the things you can look forward to there. And Pat will sprint down there to join the guys.
You want from there?
2nd and 10. Nothing there. Johnson got absolutely nothing. Tony Casillas in on the stop.
Yeah, Tony Casillas has been making plays from sideline to sideline all season long. Number 75. So he is the guy that they got in a trade from Atlanta. He got into Jerry Glanville's doghouse, but before last year, 2 consecutive years, over 100 tackles. And after that, a couple of headaches as well. But he is going to stop a lot of runs inside. 3rd and 12 from the 25. Terrence Flagler in at running back for the
Tupa will put it up. Has time. Complete. Kroll has it for a first down.
Oh, boy, did he get drilled.
He can't get up, but he hung on to that football. With 10:47 left in our game.
Man. Beautiful pass protection for Tom Tupa. Really got it started. Watch these guys. Bill Lewis, the center. He gets some help from his left guard. Louis Sharp, the left tackle, number 67. No one even near him. Now, top of the screen, 87. He bumps in behind the corner, in front of the safety, finds a soft spot, and then takes a helmet right in the ribs.
Okay, and as they tend to Prohl, the field under his own power, 1st and 10 for the Cardinals. The give is to Towson straight ahead, and not much there. He got a couple of yards. Vincent Smith in on the stop.
Here was the shot right in the kidney by James Washington. Man.
And Prohl, after missing one play, is right back in the game. He's a tough cookie.
You know,
Terrence Flagler in as well.
Toughness or stupidity, one or the other. But I tell you, the Cardinals are going to get probably 2 more drives, 3 at tops after this one. So it's important they need 2 scores down 14-6.
2nd 9 at the 46. The throw is complete. Flags fly. Flagler with the ball, and he's down inside the 40 to the 37. Let's see what the flags are all about.
Boy, nice touch that time by Tom Tupa.
20-yard pickup. Let's see if it counts.
Yeah, it's against the Cowboys, but boy, that sidearm throw that by Tom Tupa there right around an on-rushing defensive lineman. Watch the release. Comes from the sidearm. Again, knows he's going to take a shot, which indeed he does from Ken Norton.
Use of the hands on the defense, number 24.
And
we
a
had
terrific
hands to the face.
move there by Terrence Flagler. Perfectly thrown ball, though, by Tupa under duress.
So here come the Cowboys, down by 8 points. 9:50 remaining. Flagler stays in there as the running back. Tupa to throw. He does. It's complete to Flagler again. Out of bounds at the 26, and another flag flies, and it may be roughing the passer.
Now, we're really seeing some maturation here.
No, wait a minute. It's going to be, excuse me, Pat, but it's going to be against the Cardinal.
Yeah. In Tom Tupa, nonetheless. I mean, here's a guy who's hanging in there and taking some shots and delivering the ball on the money. Again, we talked about the process of the learning process for a quarterback in the National Football League.
Offense, number 68, 10-yard penalty. Repeat the down. First down.
That's Joe Wolf.
Joe Wolf called for the penalty, but then look what they miss. The old face man. To the left, Ricky Kroll, wide to the right. Tupa throws, complete to Flagler. Close to the first down at the 31-yard line. Vincent Smith there to shove him out of bounds.
You know, Tom Tupa is still a young quarterback. We're watching him grow up. This is the 4th year in the National Football League for Tom Tupa. And this ball, I mean, nobody can throw this ball any better. He threw it early, threw it when he was on the break, right out in front of him, away from the receiver, away from the defender. But, you know, he's a young quarterback in the sense that he hasn't gone through as much as most quarterbacks in their 4th year in the league. Didn't play a down last season. Played every down thus far this year and gotten better every game.
Ball down 4 at the 31. Tupa to throw. Has time. Has a man. Complete. First down. 17-yard line. Ernie Jones.
So Joe Bugle felt that when Tim Rosenbaugh, his starting quarterback, went down, he wasn't going to have a chance. But right now with Tom Tupa, he has to feel awfully good that the combination of Tupa and Jones have done what they have done tonight.
Ernie Jones, 7 receptions, 82 yards. They mark the ball at the 17. If the Cardinals can put one in here, we'll have an interesting few minutes.
I thought the Cardinal players just saying, last year we hoped we could win. This year we believe we can win.
They throw on every down now, and he is sacked. Jim Jeffco. run the ball every now and then to keep honest, don't you? That's the first sack, rather the third sack for Dallas.
I'll tell you, that is a huge play by Jeffcoat, who's every time it seems like the Cardinals get down into scoring territory, Jim Jeffcoat comes up with a big play. Once it was on a reverse, once he taps the ball, knocks the ball down, and then he sacks the quarterback.
Throw to the right, Jackson to the left. 2-foot throw. He hits the short man, Ernie Jones, complete. Back close to the original line of scrimmage.
Larry Brown is down, the rookie defensive back. He took a shot right in the shoulder pad, or shoulder blade.
It's going to be 3rd and 9 from the 16. The clock ticks away, 7 minutes left.
Okay, now remember, with 8 points down, they're going to need the 2 scores, right? They need a touchdown and field goal. So don't take a sack here. Don't turn the ball over, because if you don't get the first down, you can still kick the field goal. 6:53, plenty of time left.
3rd and 9 is the situation. 2-foot throw. For very little yardage.
That's okay.
Jackson made the reception, Bates the hit.
This is a dangerous pass. This ball is in the air much too long for just a 3 or 4 yard gain, because you pick that one off at 7 the other way. If you're gonna throw down here in a situation like that, take a shot in the end zone. If they get the 3 here, they still need the touchdown. And they'll have probably 2 more series skips to get that done, if their defense holds the Cowboys.
28-yard field goal try by Greg Davis. Connie Fly will snap it. Jordan will hold it. Nothing wrong with that, right down the middle. They make it officially a 29-yard field goal. It comes with 5:58 remaining. 14-9 is our score. The Cardinals have scored their 9 points. They're your leading rushers on the year, and that's up to this very moment. Emmitt Smith in second place.
That is catching and running. Thurman Thomas, again, after an incredible year a year ago, trying to put it back-to-back. Great seasons together.
Here we go. It's a 14-9 game. That kick is really sucked. There'll be no return, and the Cowboys will go to work at the 20-yard line. That Cardinal drive, 11 plays, 62 yards, all through the air, which is not really the way that Phoenix wanted to operate tonight. Well, it worked out for them.
You know, give Joe Bugle and his staff some credit for some of the adjustments they made, and as well as they've played. After those first couple of drives where Dallas came out and Emmitt Smith just went boom, boom, and they're up 14-0. They've hung in there. They've chipped away at that lead. They've played very good defense, good special teams, and with 5:52 remaining in the 4th quarter, they have a chance of winning. But it starts right now with their defense.
From the 20, here we go. Aikman's going to throw on first down. Diving try, incomplete. Phoenix up and running with the ball, but that's an incomplete pass. Folks, don't get excited. 2nd down, 10 yards to go at the 20-yard line.
I guess when you get so accustomed, so used to picking up so many fumbles, Aeneas Williams, number 35, I tell you, this kid is a rookie, and he has played well since the day he came here. That football arrogance about him, a guy who acts like he deserves to be out here and on the field.